when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
I personally do not know this song.
That is E40, Tell Me When to Go. That's the original song that exploded the hyphy movement into the mainstream consciousness.
Now, hyphy was about opening car doors and
dancing along. It's a very intuitive thing. It's about opening car doors and dancing alongside them while they trail behind you in neutral. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the Champs podcast. This is Moshe Kasher coming to you live and direct.
My name is Neal Brennan.
That's Neal Brennan.
You all know me by now. If you're listening, you're probably a pretty big fan
Definitely.
of my on-pod and off-podcast work.
Neal is an incredible comedic force.
Done so much.
So many different things. It's hard to really pin down one. And
our house DJ.
Of course, we got in the mix, we have DJ Douggpound.
DJ Douggpound, giving all the men in the room rock hard boners.
That's right, DJ Douggpound giving.
And we've got our special black guest. We have a different black guest every week.
Very excited to have this man here.
Because black people do not get represented on podcasts. We're trying to change that. And his name, you know him from The Office?
His name is You Know Him from The Office?
You know him from The Office? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for You Know Him from The Office.
Hot Tub Time Machine?
Hot Tub Time Machine. You don't know him from The Goods. If you'd seen it, you'd know that he's in it. He's very funny. He's one of my favorite lines ever.
Well, the guy's famous.
Yeah, he's famous. Craig Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. Craig Robinson.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Super happy to have you here, man. Thank you.
I've known Craig a long time.
How long?
4 years.
That is...
which is a long time. I feel like I've known you a long time because, you know why? Because we've been to Las Vegas together and shared a room.
Whoa.
Oh, this is true.
Did anything good go down?
No.
Nothing happened?
Well,
nothing good.
Some good things.
No,
happened.
I mean
it was a good time.
It was a great room. It was
we had a great room at the
double suite
at the Planet Hollywood Resort.
Were you guys performing together?
No,
we just went to.
We went to a fight. Yeah,
what fight?
Pacquiao versus Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh yeah, that was a good fight.
That was it wasn't that good a fight.
Well,
he just beat the shit out of
De La
Hoya.
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't.
De La Hoya wouldn't come out in the 8th round.
Right, I was watching that fight with a Mexican dude, and he was so
probably
upset.
the best way to watch it.
So upset at how he's just like, and this guy's like not some tough dude. He's like a businessman, UC Berkeley graduate, kind of frat boy Mexican dude. He was like, I can't respect Oscar De La Hoya anymore. He didn't come out. What kind of man is he? I'm like, you would not have come out.
The guy was wearing a conquistador's outfit. The guy that you just talked about, he's wearing a bullfighter's outfit, and he's got a red cape. I
cannot respect him any longer. In Barcelona, we would not take that kind of thing.
I know the good people of Planet Hollywood, Amy Sadowski.
Please do not name drop the owner of a casino.
Amy Sadowski. She's not the owner.
They looked out for us.
They looked out for us.
Really, really nice. Pinball machine in the room.
For real?
Big, gigantic, living space.
Foosball.
Of the living
I watched
space.
a hot tub out the back.
Yeah, that's sweet.
There was not a hot tub.
Did you and your friends get in it and then wake up in another era?
That was a whole nother hotel.
That's a totally different thing.
Yeah, and that was John Cusack.
I had a question about the movie. Mm-hmm. Was that hot tub actually a time machine?
Yes.
Whoa.
We went back in time for that movie, which people don't automatically realize.
Right.
But some people do get it, and people joke about it. But yeah.
But some people get what was really happening there.
Travel through time.
It was a documentary about time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
No, so we had two girls. You had two women.
Yeah.
That's correct.
There were two girls there, one of whom kept talking about she had felonies or something.
Yeah.
I liked how you said that. That was very street.
No, but
one of whom kept talking about she had felonies.
She had a past.
Yeah,
that,
it was.
That
she fought somebody.
Fully blossomed through and like Phoenix out of the ashes.
Oh, so she's a good girl now.
She's awesome at everything she does.
Put that on a coaster, please.
Why would you put beverage-related commentary?
Why not?
In our podcast?
Because this is all natural. You're looking at bare wood table.
Neal, do you have a past? Have you ever been arrested?
No. In fact,
Craig?
Nope.
Craig, you ever been arrested?
I've been arrested several times.
I have been arrested. You're not going to ask me?
How many times?
Several times. More times than I could count.
Have you really?
Yeah, but it was juvenile stuff.
You can't count that high? Like,
I mean,
in the double digits?
okay, no, you're right. That's fair. More times than I remember.
so
More
we're near
I don't know,
like
10,
11.
probably 10, 5,
Do
10
you
times.
happen to be claustrophobic?
I'm not particularly claustrophobic. No, are you? You are.
You know, I was.
Right.
But being arrested helped me
Oh, really?
because my biggest fear was, being claustrophobic. Like I would get on an airplane, and if I'm sitting next to the window, I'm claustrophobic because there's two people,
Right.
blocking the aisle from me, and that would just like send me into this, panic. So my biggest
And
fear,
like sweating and heart racing, that kind of thing?
well, my biggest fear was to be handcuffed in the back of a police car.
The worst.
Yeah, and then once that happened, it was like, I was going batshit crazy, and yeah. So since then, I learned I can like zone out and just straight go zen and think of a happy place.
There's a very real...
Is that what you did? I mean, did you
That's
actually...
exactly what I did because I went a little like it's honestly a surprise. I'm alive because of the way I was acting with the police because like they were trying to put me in a car and I was like stepping on the the little ledge to get in the door. I was
so they
stepping on
couldn't
that
put you
and
through?
so I'm like higher than the car. Like, come on, you don't have to do this. I'm not that guy. Just screaming.
Wait,
and
what happened?
It took him 5 or
Will you
6
tell
times.
us the story?
You can do it.
That's what the cop said.
This time they were just tailing. They were tailing me. All right. I had turned off into a Taco Bell in Hollywood, and then they were
That's criminal already.
right? But they went past, right, and then they saw me
Constable.
again, and that's when they pulled me over, and then they started to search my car because
For what? Just nothing?
Well,
Bullshit?
they thought that I might have something. I had a bunch of open beer bottles under the seat.
Did they ask you that question?
I don't even know what they asked. And here's another thing: when people go, they can't search your car. You have to give them permission. That's bullshit. Every time I've been pulled over, it's like,
They don't ask.
oh, you're not trying to. Excuse me, you have to give permission. They're like, yeah, you sit on the curb.
They're like,
handcuffs.
actually, we're corrupt and we'll do whatever we want.
But also, they can. I mean, particularly the Patriot Act stuff. It's like they can search anything all the time.
So what'd they find?
They didn't find anything. He searched my car twice. He thought I think I had like
What could
I
they
had
have
some
found?
weed, so,
Right,
so he thought I
weed.
had some other stuff.
Right.
So he searched my car 2 times, and he was just frustrated. But before he searched it twice, they put me in the car, and I swear I was jumping. I was like stepping on the
'Cause you were freaking
ledge.
out about
Yeah,
claustrophobia.
and I was trying to.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, not even about
That's
being
what
arrested.
they never talk about.
Right. The
in
scourge of claustrophobia.
in the community.
It's a
of
very
people.
realistic feeling, isn't it? When you're in the back of a cop car, handcuffed, you're like, there's nothing else happening at that moment. You're like, I am definitely in this situation. And they don't have seats. It's not nice. It's like
And also, it's not
plastic.
comfortable.
Very
Or
uncomfortable.
Your
Yeah.
hands are behind your back, right?
It's not cool. Not cool.
There's not a lot of leg room. They won't
Yeah,
move
if
the
you're
seat
over
up.
4'5", you are.
They won't move
That's
the
not a
seat
lot.
up. You can't be like, yo, move the seat up.
Fuck
They will
the
not
police.
do that. One time, that was the first time you got arrested out here?
I was the first. I didn't even get arrested that time. That was just thrown in the back of the car.
Did they apologize when they...
Which to you is worse than getting arrested.
Right.
No,
Drop something.
no, they,
Fuck chicks, fuck the police.
They ended up one officer actually ended up being very hilarious because he still just thought I was like this guilty person, which later I would prove him right. But that particular time they didn't have anything on me,
And
they,
so
let me-
the
and
second-
actually guy said, "Here's your weed pipe." And let me
Really?
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, California.
Thank you,
That's the best. Thank you, California.
Thank you.
Now, the second time you got arrested, were you more like you just knew like I don't even give a fuck about sitting in the back of the?
Yeah, but the second time was like, "Hey, could you give me the extra handcuff extender?"
They have an extender?
Oh, you knew
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
You were like an
It was
OG.
like, right.
Oh, I've
Give me
been
the
arrested
extender.
before. Officer, can I have the extenders, please?
Let me just put my feet. Okay, right there. Thank you.
You don't mind if I get...
Remember the Mileage Plus program? Would you
Yeah.
mind putting?
They put you in the lounge. Like, okay, you're not going to the regular jail. You're going to our executive lounge.
But you, what was that one for?
Let me see. Once that one might have been the DUI. I got arrested for a DUI. I was going down a 101, and it was real. I was lit up, and I should not.
You
have
were
been
real drunk.
But here's the best part about that arrest is it actually did. I learned, because I went in on Thursday night, and I didn't know that like if you went on a Friday, that you were just done until Monday. Like, that's your weekend,
right?
So
now you know the DUI before
You got a
Thursday.
DUI on
before
Sunday,
Friday.
man.
And,
Beat the rush.
Yeah.
but yeah, so I was I had it was like in June. I remember the basketball championship. So I was drinking with a buddy. Then I went to the bar around the corner from my place, and I was having some drinks. I was lit up, and I was great. I was at home, and then I made that call.
That booty call. That fateful booty
Hey,
call.
what you doing?
That's the one.
I'll be there in 15.
Sup, you up?
Right.
Went from West LA, was on the 101, and they had these cones on the exit, and I was like, there's no way to do a construction because I just drove by the other day. So, of course, I went through the cones. That was really bad judgment.
That's hilarious. You did not
I
slow
went through
for
the and he
cone
was
zone.
like sitting there like with open arms. His car was facing me.
His mouth is wide open. Come here.
And all I could think was, okay, just be, be coherent.
All right.
Just
If you
be-
hadn't been drunk, would
Be
you
famous.
have gone through the cones anyway?
I wonder that myself. I don't,
We all do.
Probably not.
Were you trying to be very famous when he pulled you over? Like, hello, I am Craig
I was just
Robinson
trying
of TV and film.
I was just thinking to myself, speak eloquent, be coherent, speak eloquent, be coherent. And then he came over and said,
You sound like a
license,
cat in a
registration.
vacuum.
And I was like, I just trying to speak eloquent. So it was
your best
was
attempt
like-
at eloquence.
And in your head, it was like a British. You sounded like a British barrister. Like, good evening, my good
Good
man.
evening, officer, and welcome to
happens to be
Masterpiece
the-
Theatre.
I'm sorry. There's bad, and then there's you.
so then
That's what the cop said to you.
he was like, give me those keys, right? And then
He didn't even give you a
called.
breathalyzer.
Yeah, he called a specialist in, and specialist
What,
came
house?
over.
But in an
He called
oncologist.
and then
yeah.
they did the test and locked me up, and it was fine. I did my courses and everything.
Did you, when you got out
Did
of
you
jail?
like the courses? I didn't mind. I got arrested for drinking underage when I
For
was
real?
a kid. Yeah.
And you had to go to courses? I went to crazy
Yeah.
courses when I was a kid, too. I went to, like, so many different rehabs, man. I know. I got every fucking lecture ever. One time I was in an AA meeting, and this kid came in, and he had been drunk one time, but I went to UC Santa Barbara for college, and they had this zero tolerance for underage drinking, so they would send you to AA the minute that you got arrested. The minute they've caught you drunk, they would send you to AA. So he had been drunk one time and got sent to AA after the first time he ever drank. And he said that in the meeting, and everybody in the meeting just started laughing hysterically at him and almost pointing at him.
I'm not only the heckler president, I'm also a client.
I haven't heard that in forever. That I didn't mind the classes because but you don't drink anymore, but not
No.
because of that. Because of the classes.
No, not because of the classes.
The classes were interesting. They're taught by mostly former hypes. People who are in recovery. And
We're trying to scare you away from the scourge of the city.
Yeah, and then you see these videos, and so, some of the people are cool, but it definitely does its thing in terms of making you focus on never being in that situation again.
Right.
But I remember like thinking, like there was a guy they showed on the video who had killed people. He was out of jail. He had been point or 2.5 or whatever. What the worst you could be, I don't know. And he got out of jail like 5 or 6 times, and then finally killed somebody. And they were like, "Well, see, this is why the laws are so messed up. Where you just a little buzz and you go home because you got people out there who have really screwed it up for everybody.
But people screwing it up by being buzzed.
No. I'm
Buzz
saying,
driving is
like
driving.
the laws are really, really, really harsh for even buzz
that's
driving.
why.
But it's got to be harsh for everybody because there are loopholes.
That's right. That's what they said.
Check yourself.
Did you
Can
ever?
we bust a freestyle right now? Is that...
You can. Neal won't let me.
I have no white people freestyle.
Neal won't let me freestyle. But you can. Go ahead.
But wait, that's a good start. Neal won't let me freestyle. But you can. But you can. Like Toucan Sam, you grab your Fruit Loops and you pour them in the bowl. You pour on the water, and now you're ready to go. You take your spoon, you dig it in the bowl. You eat your Fruit Loops. You got soul.
See, now you're saying I can't freestyle?
I'd rather you not.
I mean, come on, dude.
Anybody can beat my freestyle.
Freestyle.
Hit it.
I'd rather not.
All right.
I'd rather people.
All right. Party people. Doug, you ever been arrested for DUI or anything like that? You ever gotten any trouble with booze?
No. Oh, you know what? I got arrested one time ever, and that was for drinking a beer in front of my apartment in Chicago. And the cops.
It was just the landlord?
The neighbors complained, and the cops came, and I went inside real quick, and then 5 seconds later, I was in the cop car with them.
How? They came in your house?
They were like, "Hey, man, we were going to give you warning, but you ran, dude." And
They
I was
kicked
like,
the door in.
They just ran in after me and grabbed me, and...
They came into your house? I thought
it was like a
supposed to do
stairway.
that.
It was like a stairway.
Dude,
I don't know what happened.
I was at this party in Echo Park recently, and it was a straight-up, comedy nerd white boy party. And these cops came, and somebody called the police because they were making so much noise. The cops came. It was 9 cop cars in Echo Park, which is a fucking gang neighborhood. Yeah. And they were, standing in the doorway, and there clearly was some rule where they could keep the door open because they wouldn't go past the mantle of the house, but they would not allow us to close the door. And I was just like, are you guys, are your little rookie cop boners rock hard right now? You're coming and busting this stupid skater party? This is LAPD's. Did
Blaine Capatch resist arrest?
Exactly. It was like that. It was like, what are you even I was like, you are why people
Don't
hate
you
the police.
touch a special thing.
Why are the police so awful? Craig.
Let me just say,
Craig, caller, you're on the air.
I've had my share of police letting me go before you go. That they're so awful.
I got let go for.
I've been let go for.
I got let go the other night just for switching lanes and whatever. They thought I was high.
Oh, and they pulled you over.
They thought I was on. They asked me, "Did you take any medication?" I was like, "Yeah, I take Zoloft." And he goes, "When did you take it?" He goes, "For what?" And I go, "Depression."
Yeah, for what?
And
I'm a comic.
Yeah, and hello.
What do you take it for? To get an erection?
Yeah, and he was like, and then so he did the thing where he tested my eyes, and so I had to look, and so they let me go, and I was like, do you always ask now?
Wait, can I tell you?
Do you
this?
always ask if someone's on Zoloft or not? It's such an odd.
I was just. This probably was 2 months ago. I got pulled over. I made a horrible left turn. It was horrible. It was after the red light.
It was a right turn. That's how bad it was.
It was a donut. It's what we call a donut.
It was a reverse.
It was just
part
late.
of it was a left turn, but it was mostly just me spinning donuts in an
Was it
intersection.
just bad timing, or was it actually
It was a
shitty
horrible
turn?
timing. Horrible timing. It was like I raced to it, and the light turned red, and I made the left turn. Motorcycle cop, got me right off, and I was like, "What's the problem?" He's like, but instead of just giving me a ticket for a shitty left turn, being a shitty driver, it was like a 47-year-old black dude, motorcycle cop, and he's like, "Oh, you that actor, huh?"
Oh man, this is not fair.
So he looks in my eyes. He says, "I'm gonna look in your eyes, and then and see if you're cool." So he looked. Whatever he saw didn't check out. He's like, "I gotta give you the field test." So he gives me. I'm standing on one leg. These tests that are impossible to pass.
Right.
Almost. If you're sober, you need to practice these things. So
America, listen up. You need to practice
you
these
should
things.
practice your sobriety field test.
Speaking of being a pastor, you need to practice your sobriety field test for the community. So talk about it.
So I put my head back and closed my eyes and counted backwards from 30 and silently So I guess I really made it to 45, but it was like supposed to be the 30. And he's like, touch your nose with your index finger, but I'm going to call which index finger, so it's left, right. So I failed them
And you've already established that you're not a good left turner.
I'm nervous.
Right.
I failed them all
understand.
miserably. And so he finally, and I had a couple drinks earlier, but I had, in DUI, they tell you if you wait an hour or, this time, then it won't matter, But I was like so nervous because
in
DUI,
and this is
in
the
my
world of DUI.
I feel that information is suspect.
This is my first time putting that to the test. So
I can't believe your DUI guy said, "Wait an hour, you're all right.
Exactly.
Get in the car and go."
No, they
You're
say,
okay.
So I'm sitting there. I'm standing there. In the meantime, this has nothing to do with the story that much, but this car, 3 guys are trying to take a picture of me.
Of you?
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, can we stand over here? They recognize me.
Oh, because you thought it was like TMZ type shit.
It wasn't. No, it was just like 3 fans,
Yeah.
And then officer's like,
That's my favorite actor getting arrested.
yeah, the officer's like, they don't know you. I was like, no. I was sitting there. You recognize me. They don't know who you are. Okay, fine.
So
to the point where the
in
guys
his
end up walking down the street and try to play it like it wasn't
hilarious.
them. So
You're in his movie now.
exactly. And then so he pulls out. He's like, look, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you a breathalyzer. If you blow over 0.08, I gotta take you in. If you blow below 0.08, I'll let you go. And I said, so if you got to take me in, do I have to ride on the back of the bike, with my arms around your chest? And he started cracking up like that. And then he goes, okay, here we go. So he starts writing
He just lets you
everything
go.
out. No, he starts writing it out. He's right, and then I blew in a breathalyzer, and he said, oh, that's good. I blew a 0. So
you weren't even drunk.
I was like, I might
Your
have been
DUI guy
might
was
have
right.
been a little hot.
Aren't
But yeah,
those-
I was
aren't those the rules
nervous
anyway?
and probably a
that?
little tipsy.
Yeah, that's the thing that they don't account for nerves. It's like I was nervous.
You're not
when the
going to
cop pulled-
blow more alcohol because of your
No.
nerves.
But like you act fishy when you're nervous.
Oh, yeah.
You got to balance, and you sitting up there shaking.
Well, the thing is, I'm cold as ice, y'all. So I hear what you guys say. You might be scared in that situation.
Well, a couple square motherfuckers like
Well,
us.
I don't know fear. I ain't never scared.
You like
but I mean,
Iceberg
I know
Slim?
not everybody's like me. Yeah, I'm like
You
Iceberg
should
Slim.
definitely let him freestyle. You kidding me?
Yo, 1, 2, check 1, 2. Fruit Loop, motherfucker, what you gonna do?
Fruit Loops.
Am I not? All right, forget it.
Fruit Loops.
What's great is I've taken the fun out of it. Where it's like you don't know if I'm gonna stop you,
Right,
and now you
right,
hope
right.
I do.
I know, right? Because I don't want to actually do it.
And then Craig, you got busted. You got how many times you? Didn't you get
This
busted
is,
with speed or some shit?
I got busted with a few different. It was kind of a pharmaceutical pharmacy in my car at that time.
Nah,
All right, what speed is just fun.
Well, I don't do
I
that
hate
stuff.
speed.
It was for these girls.
Now that's fun.
The Vegas girls.
Oh no, they don't do that stuff.
Hit me.
The
There you go.
that is.
Did
yet
they have
to
the
work.
boots
You've
with the
yet
fur?
to call something and have it work.
I know that's right. It's true. I like to call out to my DJ. I'll be like, DJ, hit me.
Pizza.
Have
And
you
then
done
I said-
speed? Moshe, you
Yeah, I've done speed.
Whose phone is that?
That is annoying, isn't it? It's not mine. Not mine. Yeah, I've done speed. I didn't like it. You know, when we were kids, I grew up in the kind of Ritalin era, and so everybody was on Ritalin. So what we would do is we would take our Ritalin pills and we'd crush them up and snort them. Because the funny thing is that all the kids that were on Ritalin for psychological problems happened to be the same kids that would be really excited about having free speed in their medicine cabinet
You're kidding.
to crush up and snort. It's like,
But wait,
bad
wasn't
logic.
Ritalin for like little kids?
Ritalin is for ADD, but the concept of it is that you give kids with a hyperactivity.
Don't sell it too hard because he'll start taking it.
I know, Craig.
But the thing, I used to be a school teacher.
For real?
Yeah, K through 8 music.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Really?
Yeah. So I would see
You were the coolest
there was
teacher
this,
ever.
this kid.
Real
I remember
talk, did you ever get with one of your kids?
Matthew was the most fun. Like he was real, like goofy, and he didn't give a fuck. Like one time I was like teaching something, he was like, boring. He's like a little buck-tooth white kid. And he was
Screamed
freckles.
out
He was like,
boring.
boring. It was just,
That's funny.
it made me laugh with it, you know. So, but then like he was always hyper. And then one day we started taking that Ritalin, and he was just like,
He became
he looked,
boring.
yeah, he looked like he was totally out of it. It was very sad.
That's what it is said.
Oh well, yeah, because but it's speed for everybody that doesn't have ADD.
Right. Well, no,
It is
exactly.
Speed,
but
it's
you know
speed,
what?
but they use it to
but if
bring
you
you because ADD are secretly
some kind of
tired
weird
and then they have
bullshit.
to
I don't
counteract
know.
that.
I mean, what they taught me in what changed my life, which is the Church of Scientology. What they taught me there.
I don't like food anymore.
Okay, so Craig, you do a lot of musical comedy. You were a music teacher, and you do musical comedy now.
When were you a music teacher in Chicago?
Yes.
That's where you're
What
from?
years?
I graduated in 94. I started in 94. I was in Indiana for a year. So 95, 96, 97.
What did you do in Indiana?
Then I came here in, I came to L.A. in 99. So between 95 and 99.
Where did you teach in Chicago?
Where? I taught at Horace Mann on 79th and Jeffrey.
Horace Man.
Horace.
Horace Man.
Horace.
Oh, I have a
Horace
school
Man.
out there? I didn't know
Horace
that.
Man.
Horace
What part are you from?
Well, I grew up like near Downers Grove, suburbs. But my mom and my sister taught on the south side at
Horace Woman.
Farragut.
Oh, yeah.
Farragut? You've got a school there too, Neal.
Bang.
I went to Whitney Young, so we played Farragut a couple times basketball.
Yeah.
Did you guys call them the Farraguts?
You guys were pretty reasonable about
forget.
the
You have
name
to have
sounding
called.
like
We
faggot.
had the
Must have.
We had some good teams, but we had the weakest sounding mascot with the Whitney Young Dolphins.
The Dolphins?
Yeah, that's like
Do you have a
chestnut badass?
a mascot in your school? Growing
Yeah,
up?
it was the clits.
Hey, what is a clit? That's a real question. Like a lot of
clitoris?
girls, a lot of
It's
girls
a-
have been talking about their clits lately, and I'm like, I don't get what that is or why you're bringing it up right now. Somehow
it's
that
the part
sounds
of the
like
female anatomy that's their nerve center.
Like, what do you mean? What does it do?
It's like their dick head.
Oh, it's their
the
dick.
juice releaser.
That does sound good. Well, what do you do with it?
You just aggravate it.
Aggravate
You
the
just
clit.
basically you just taunt it.
I had a friend. Actually, was that funny? It was that same Mexican dude that got upset about De La Hoya not coming out.
Conquistador.
The conquistador one time was talking about getting with this girl, and he's like, "Oh, bro, I totally hooked up with this girl last night, bro. I was totally fingering her clit." And we were like, "You were fingering her? You put your finger in her clit?" She said, "That's what he said. I put my finger in her clit." We were like, "Dude, I'm pretty sure that's her urethra.
Yeah.
That's not a clitoris. You don't finger a clitoris. You are the worst lover in the world. That's what you do to a clitoris."
Now me and Craig we're in Vegas.
Craig, you seem like you eat pussy. Is that true? You don't have to answer that question.
I don't kiss and tell,
You don't have to answer any question you don't feel comfortable answering.
but yes.
Okay, fair enough.
We were in Vegas.
Okay,
Couple
what
ladies.
about to Vegas? Back to Vegas.
We've been in several places. New York.
Yeah, we were in New
We
York.
did share hotels there, but Vegas was just like crazy.
Oh yeah, we did shows at Caroline's and
Carolinas,
Comics.
Montreal.
Montreal.
Are you going this year?
No.
No. Okay. So you were in Vegas.
And the girl with the felonies, whose name I don't remember.
Well, we're not going to use names.
We're not going to use it. Let's say your name was Alyssa, not a real name. I knew she was going to be trouble.
You called that from the start to the point where you locked your door. That
I
was
locked the door to
hysterical.
my half of the suite when it was time to go to bed, and sure enough, at like 5 a.m, she was banging.
She was like, "I want some of that dick.
I want to
Yeah.
fuck Angelina Jolie.
She wanted some of that, but
I want to fuck Neal Brennan."
But she
So
was
Alyssa-
offering it to everybody.
not everybody. Alyssa's credit is she's a fun human being to party with.
That's her real name we're using.
No, that's a
no,
fake
no.
name.
Yo,
That's
Alyssa, if you're out there listening right now, I don't have standards like Craig and Neal do, so you come holler. Email the champs at gmail.com. I'll come find you and fuck you.
Neil's a strong person because that many men would not have. Been
I would have crumbled
lock
before
that door.
my door would
The
have been
thing
locked.
with that was there was so little challenge.
I would have
would've
popped it
felt
open
like,
totally nude and said, "Come on in. I've got a whole suite for you."
But there was no challenge.
I don't
It
care
was
about
just
a
like
challenge.
one of those things. It's like I can't. This isn't even.
But I do relate to the idea of being. I've had certain lovers. Have I make sure I haven't talked about this before, Neal? If you remember,
I haven't. I remember all your stories about your lovers.
I've had
Lovers.
I've
Go
had
ahead,
certain-
Robert Goulet.
There
My
have been-
lovers.
there have been certain lovers that I have cut it off with because I was afraid for my personal safety. I was like, this person will kill
Meaning
me.
you might get fucked to death.
Like I might be murdered in my sleep. One girl, she was really hot. This girl,
Was she Canadian?
no, she was Armenian.
Okay.
And we started making out, and she goes, "Put a cigarette out on me." Wow.
You can do it.
That's her right there. Say it again.
You can do it.
That's Kaylee.
It's Kaylee.
You made a boo-boo.
That's what she said after I put a cigarette on her. She said, so I was like, I don't
like the first time you make out.
First time we made out.
Where were you?
At her apartment. And
I want to make out with you.
And her apartment was a fucking pigsty.
You're kidding.
Pigsty. I mean, like an alcoholic final stage.
Yeah, there's
pigsty.
something about girls, messy girls, that really is like, I don't know. Something about this really turns me off.
It's a very specific Hollywood girl who's just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And it's like party, like, she's like, I'm a final stage drug addict. And like, it's cute, but like, it's not cute. But in any other city, people will be like, get out of here. But in Hollywood.
I'm not getting through to you.
Yeah, that's what I said to her. I'm not. So she said, put a cigarette out on me. And I was kind of turned on by the idea, but I can't do that. I can't actually put a cigarette out on a girl.
Would you spit on a girl?
I have and will.
Yeah, me as will I.
Fuck chicks, dude.
I will fuck chicks, dude. Craig, spit on a girl? Would you? Oh, you don't have to answer this question.
Sure.
Okay. Next question.
Tie her up. I mean, if you'll spit on her, you'll hit her. I mean, you'll choke her, you'll hit her.
Here's my rule with girls. I will only do something to them if
I'm not one of the...
they're into it.
Why wouldn't you put the cigarette out on her?
That's just too much for me, man. Would you have done it?
If she
wanted it.
Yeah.
You would have done it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have done
I probably would have
I'll tell
done it without her asking.
I would have, like, let's say we're all in a line for a very popular movie, and I'm just back there with my boys hanging out, and I'm smoking a cigarette. I will reach over and anonymously put a cigarette out on her back without her knowing.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that is pretty hot. I did fuck with her with it. Like, I lit a cigarette, and I was, like, sort of burning her with it, but not like...
Yeah.
And I was saying that the whole time.
You know, here, you're onto something.
Yes.
Now
we're getting into the meat of the thing.
Now, this is a delicate situation. But it's just I thought about it, and I could be way wrong. I wish we had callers that could call in. But
well, they will email the channel.
They'll email us.
But a couple times, like a girl would have like a weird request like that.
Yeah,
and it might be from something traumatic that has happened to her, and she wants to relive it for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Is that so?
Yeah, and a girl just wrote an article about that.
There's never been a girl that said, put a cigarette on me.
For no reason.
Because there's no ashtray.
Okay, so
I mean, all right.
This is common knowledge then.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, it is if you, I'm sure it's common.
I had another one, actually.
Because one girl wanted me to pick her up, like, by her head, like, just pull her hair. Not just pull her hair. She wanted me to lift her body by her hair.
How small was she? Small enough?
She hired you a trainer for 2 months, correct?
It was Venus Williams.
It was
Venus Williams, and it was very difficult to lift her up.
Yeah.
But I did it. I had Venus and Serena.
It was like, wow, this is amazing.
I had one
did
girl.
You do it?
I don't think I did it correctly because she kept looking disappointed.
She sprained her neck pretty badly.
She was disappointed. I had one girl one time I went on a date with her, and at some point we started talking about her parents and her dad, and she goes,
baby, I'm sorry.
She goes,
Pussy's too sore from the last slammy you just gave me.
She goes, my dad died when I was, 18. He should have died when I was 9, that piece of shit. And I was like, whoa. And then later that night when we were fucking, which is already, why was I fucking her after she said that? She's talking to me like, she's like, in this little Muppet baby voice, like, oh, daddy. I swear, I can't make that. That's real. I was like,
in my head, whether she was or not, she's Japanese.
Give it to me, daddy. And I was just like, I couldn't. I was like, can you have one more layer between your subconscious mind and your conscious mind? Like,
something.
Does it have to be that exact, like one-to-one correlation?
Put up a firewall.
Just a little bit more.
Work with me a little something.
You have magic fingers, baby.
Especially out here. Well, I have a theory that porn, the ubiquity of porn on the internet, has made girls hornier and sluttier than they've ever been in the history of the earth. Because they never saw a girl getting slapped, choked, her hair pulled, lifted off the ground. Like, you couldn't see that. And, like, you know how many times I saw videos of porn in the 80s? Not that much.
Right.
I mean, you had to, like, go and get it. And now girls see it all the time.
TV.
And
I can't wait to come on the glasses.
that's actually a site, comeonmyglasses.com. I swear to
I
God.
can't wait to come on the glasses.
That's hilarious.
So this girl said, put a cigarette out on me, and I was like, no, freaked out. And then later, she was like, it was so crazy what she was doing. I was afraid of her. I thought she would murder me. So I called her afterwards, and she was like, you should take me out again. And I was like, I don't know. You play a little. It would have happened. She injured me while we were having sex. I kept telling her, stop hurting me.
Emotionally?
No, like physically. Like
With what?
With her mouth.
She bit you?
Yeah, she bit me on my balls. And
Like on purpose?
Yes. And I didn't know what had happened, but at some point she stops and she goes, what is this? Like the way a girl would say it if you had like a STD. Like, what is this? And I looked down and I was like, you just did that. And it was like a horrible, like she like, it was a bruise, blood burst. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. So I called her. She was like, "You should take me out again." I said to her, "I don't know. I think you play a little rough for me." And her response was, "Okay, fair enough." Like not like I'll dial it back or okay, we'll talk. No, okay, bye. I can't possibly dial it back. Good for her. Yeah, good for her is right.
I mean,
but
like
I thought that
she's
girl
not
would
wasting
murder
your
me.
time.
I thought she could have slit my throat in my sleep, kind of a thing.
She probably did all that stuff because she was trying to get rid of you, but she wanted you to be the one that cut it off. So she's like, "I'm gonna be real
she
freaky,
bit your
drive him
balls.
away." And then once you were away, she wasn't gonna fight it. She's like, "Okay."
She's like, "What do I have to do to get rid of this guy?" I bit his balls. I asked him to put a cigarette out on me.
All right,
he
fair
won't
enough.
go. He won't.
I had a buddy who was
Hoity-toity.
and he's a fan of titty fucking.
Sure.
Which I could take or
leave.
leave. In fact, I just leave it. It's like the fifth best thing.
I don't mind it, but go ahead. I hear you.
It's unwieldy. You're fucking.
Yeah.
Like, it never.
Louis Katz says all the girls look retarded when you're doing that. You like this?
And as he was getting ready to ejaculate, he said, "Squeeze them together."
Okay.
And he was talking about her tits. She squeezes his balls together as hard as she can. And he
like, I love that she didn't have a follow-up question like, your balls?
No,
she's
exactly.
like, yes, I will do that.
Time. And he ejaculated cum and blood.
No, not true.
Yes,
that's a story your friend told you that was a lie.
He had to go to the hospital. Like, he had to do stuff.
Yeah. Your friend is a liar.
He's not a liar. I'll have him on the show. Unfortunately, he's white, so we can't have him on the show.
So he didn't stop her and say, "Whoa, that's not what I'm
was
talking
happening.
about."
It was like as it,
Do you
it all
believe that
happened
story,
too
Craig?
fast.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Craig.
I'm alone. Craig, who are your favorite musical comedians besides yourself?
Victor Bullshit.
He does the sound effects, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Is that you doing that?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a huge waste of your life. Listen.
Please pack your knives and go.
Here's a question. Now, do you find yourself getting more famous every year?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the best thing that's ever come of that? And what's the worst thing that's ever come of that?
The best thing from the fame is, the love.
The love?
It's the love, because people are patting you on the back, and
right. Everywhere you go, someone's like, "Good shit."
Right. And it's
I saw Lavelle Crawford at the airport the other day, and he was clearly so exhausted and upset about whatever trip he'd just been on.
Right.
And the shuttle guy, who wasn't even his shuttle driver, pulls up and he just goes, "Crawford!" Lavelle looks up and he's like, "Yeah!" And Lavelle Crawford was like, "Thank you." And
Yeah.
And then as he leaves, he goes, "You keep killing it, Lavelle." Like he then used his first name, like he knew him very well.
Yeah, the love is nice. It's nice to be recognized, and I still feel like I need to do something my own, like the Nasty Delicious or some, or at least break out in one of these movies that I got coming up on headlining where it's me doing my thing. But it's been overwhelming with support, and to all my fans, thank you out there,
and to all my fans. I guess
I'm
I don't
sorry.
have any fans. I just wish I had
and what is the? But
worse.
do you find it hollow? Do you find it like it?
I try to see it as even keel. It's like whether somebody passed me on the back or says, "Fuck you, get out of my face."
Do people say that? Do they pull up at the airport and they're like, Robinson.
Some people
yes. Fuck you. Get out of my face. And then they drive off.
I was in a parade, okay, in San Diego.
You were in a parade?
Mardi Gras.
Man, I want to be in a parade.
For a Hot Tub Time Machine. They made these grand marshals. I know the irony. So anyway, we're riding. And
Grand Wizard.
This guy's walking, and it's the end of the parade, and they made it very clear to us, do not get out of the car for anything. And this guy was walking, he's like, oh, my daughter loves you. I want to pick. And I was like, wave it. And he was like, and the car is still going. I'm sitting on the top, like, and it's a convertible. We're sitting in the back on the top. And he couldn't get to me. He's like, fuck you then.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, if that's the worst thing that happened.
No, that's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. I've had people say fuck you, not because I was the grand marshal of a parade and wouldn't take a picture
with them.
But
people, like, when they're inebriated, and fucked up, and then they feel like they know you on top of that.
Right.
And then, then they impose their will on you. That can be
Yeah, but I've never seen you get upset with anybody. But I've also never seen people be stupid.
I do have a lot of patience, and I understand it's coming from a place of love. So I start with that,
right?
And then but then there are people who misrepresent. Like other day, I was out, and this guy was like, "Yeah, Craig, you remember me? I met you at Donnell's party." It's like, I don't remember, but how you doing? And then he got so upset that I didn't remember him from a party where, like 3 years ago. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I just don't. And he just got more and more livid.
He was livid?
Yeah, he got
How dare you
livid to the point where he came over to me.
It was Ice Cube.
It was Cube? You don't remember Ice Cube from NWA or?
It was a smaller white gentleman.
It was a white person?
He was white, yeah.
Well, that's not the kind of thing you expect from a white person.
It's actually not. It's like
I know.
This big black
but
dude.
in Hollywood,
you don't remember me from Donnell's party, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm a small white man.
To the point where I called Donnell, and Donnell was like, "Yeah, I don't fuck with him. I don't like him at all.
Oh,
he's on that bullshit."
mentally ill.
But at the only reason I called Donnell was because the guy was like, "You were at a good friends of mine party, and da 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 da."
This
so
guy
like,
sounds.
Did you call Donnell?
I didn't call him right. Yeah, he said you had a good friend. I know you from a good friends party, and this is how he was.
Whoa.
Like, he was on some other shit. So yeah.
Did you ask him if are you in love with me? Do you love me? Do you want my penis? Is that what this is about?
It's like, can we just, okay, you fucking on my high, don't bother me. Can we just?
Yeah, you handle it well. I've never seen you get. People are never stupid. People are never like. I mean, but you don't have to deal with any of that. Like, you're my favorite black. Like no one says. I've never seen anybody say stupid shit to you like that. Like people would say shit like that to Chappelle sometimes.
What would they say to Chappelle?
We were out one night and someone goes, "I love that nigger sketch," and it was just like, ugh.
People do that to me on the road all the time. They come up to me. I do all this Jewish stuff. I mean, I'm a Jew, and then they come up to me and they're like, "You want to hear my favorite Jewish joke?" No, of course not. And that dude often says it.
That's Adolf Hitler.
And I'm like, no.
He's a known anti-Semite.
Hitler was not a fan of my people. But they will never not tell the joke. They've never not told the joke.
Oh, absolutely not. You can never say, I don't want to hear it. And they go, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, what's the difference between a Jew and a pizza?
So what you're saying is a girl who wants to get a cigarette out on her arm can take a hint better than someone with a good Jew joke.
That's about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Camera phones, too. Everybody has one. People are videoing you. You're just trying to chill, whatever. And it's cool. Let's take a picture, but know how to work your phone.
Yeah.
People are like,
will agree with
it's
that.
on video. Oh,
hold on. Let me just...
Wait, the battery. Hold
I like how they go to ask you for a picture.
Wait, Craig, where are you going? Come back. I'm not done.
I love when they give it to their 98-year-old grandmother to take a picture.
That's if they bring somebody to. Most of the time, it's like, hey, can we take a picture?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, and then they have to look
Get
around.
some stranger.
For someone.
5 minutes
it's
later.
You didn't see how. You didn't think through step 2 of this?
5 minutes later. Well, fuck you then if you're going to walk away.
Right?
Then they don't know how to use the phone.
And then camera phones
you don't know
sometimes
Donnell?
Are not, for black people, so you got to have flash, or if you don't have flash, you got to be somewhere where there's some flash, and then they're like, okay, don't got it.
And are you dating anyone currently?
No.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Neal? Are you?
No.
Pizza.
I was,
pizza.
and actually, I shouldn't talk about it.
All right, fair enough.
Because I have a stalker.
Oh, you do? Well, you've already talked about it.
This is interesting. Let's hear.
When you said I have a stalker, you talked about it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to talk about it because she's so crazy.
That's
it's
what
not
I'm saying.
Even,
this is what this.
I completely understand.
You don't want to give her any more attention or any food to fuel the fire.
I heard about you.
Well, this is what this is. I think this comes back to what you were talking about, Craig. Is like people when you're in the entertainment industry, from every level of it, people begin to develop a relationship with you that is not based on your real relationship, but their relationship with your fame. And so you might have a real relationship, but you don't realize that she's also cultivating
I noticed that a long time ago with Chappelle, where it was like the readout, and then like 92, I think I said this to him, like where the Terminator readout is just like person,
right,
and then it becomes something else, like symbol or funny or access to popularity or access to success or you can help me, like an opportunity.
There's no better place for that to be, that your finger to be put on the pulse of that than on Twitter, where people are just abjectly abusive to you, and then if you engage with them, then they'll eventually be like, "Hey man, I was just kidding around. I just wanted you to respond. Hi, I'm a big fan." I'm like, "Why are you talking shit then?"
Yeah,
I shut down 2 people on Twitter. That's like unfollow. I don't even really pay that much, attention, but it was like a couple of comments like, what the fuck are you doing?
Just rude for no reason.
I read the stuff, but I don't actively engage all the time.
Right.
But
I'll block the shit out of a motherfucker.
I've never blocked anyone.
Oh,
I might do it someday, but I've never blocked anyone. I take that. I'll block spam bots and things like that. People that are clearly
I keep them because I like a high number of followers.
But
if anybody says anything, fucking Chappelle was the real talent. All right, you're blocked. Fucking the good suck. You're blocked.
Right.
Whatever. What else do they tell you? Your accent.
Yeah, it's like you've
got a baby.
Hosting a party.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes in and starts talking this shit.
Exactly.
You have to go.
But that's what people like about it is
right.
that it gives them
access.
You have to hear it.
And they say when you do a joke they don't like, oh, not funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Was my free professional entertainer free entertainment joke that I wrote for you not working? I'm sorry for my constant stream of free jokes.
Yeah.
Oh,
they don't tell you it's funny, but they will go like, some girl the other night was like, are you doing the racial jokes because it's not working? Now, the joke I did was whenever 3 black dudes are gathered during the day, by law, one of them must be wearing those Adidas flip-flops. Okay?
It's true. It is true.
That's
Craig is coming in on that.
Matter of fact, I saw Ian leaving here.
Flip-flops? You guys traded the flip-flop?
No. We was like, oh, God, I hope whoever comes up has on the flip-flops.
Yeah. No, we've got a third guy who's guaranteed to wear flip-flops.
Wait, regarding that last joke, though, are you doing the racial jokes right now? Because it's not working.
No, so I did that joke, and then this girl fucking why the fuck are you telling me this?
Right, it's
I did
crazy.
Fallon, and a kid Facebooked me by the time I'd woken up to say, you sucked.
The worst.
It's like, Jesus.
Somebody wrote me, and he goes, I did the John Oliver program recently. I did a joke about the Doors and how Jim Morrison is like the worst person you could ever hope to meet at a party.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote me the next day, you piece of shit, fuck you, how dare you say that about the Doors, not all hippies are pussies, I'll find you and fuck you up, blah, blah, blah. I just wrote him back, I'm unclear, did you enjoy the joke or not?
Well, what do you expect? I mean...
Yeah, Doors fans,
I mean, they're notorious.
Notorious.
I mean, if you make fun of anyone, someone's going to be mad about it.
But why are you writing me about it?
It's because they can, and because they have nothing else to do.
The same person called my agent... and said, or someone else, someone called my agent.
But for this story,
no, this is true. They called my agent.
The Doors fanatic, Doors fan. 79.
Someone who I think it was probably a different person because they weren't as aggressive. They called my agent and they said, "Hi, yeah, can I speak with the agent of Moshe Kasher, please?" And it was his assistant. Was like, "What's this about?" And they go, "I just want you to know that if Moshe doesn't stop telling that Doors joke, we will not be attending any more of his shows."
Fucking
what?
So you have attended them?
Apparently, these
they've
people
gone, but
you have regulars that come to see you.
To see you not
now. They're
to
gone.
see you not do jokes about the Doors.
Yeah, we were specifically coming here for Doors-free material.
There were no Doors,
and we will never be back.
Could you write?
Go fuck yourself. If you don't like my Doors joke, you think I should not tell the joke because you don't like it? As if I'm telling jokes in order to please every human, and also I'm a comedian. I'm just
right, but
kidding.
Now
I'm only kidding.
People have these feedback loops where it's just they get all their news.
Look
from
at
one
Tracy
place.
Morgan.
Yeah.
No, we talked about
what
it
if
last
you said
week.
that exact same answer you just?
About saying faggot. It was about the Doors. That would be slightly different.
I think Tracy would have been just as fine saying that. People live in these worlds where they just get all their news from one place, and they just stay on that site that flatters their
right.
Like I wrote the other day, what news do you root for, Fox or CNN? Like the idea that there really are like teams now,
for sure.
And so when someone comes in, storms in, they're talking about the Doors this and the Doors that. It really upsets people. I just got a great text.
What is it? Read it live on the air.
I won't read it live on the air.
I put my phone away.
But
I
do
I'm not distracted by that.
I will show you the picture. Thank you, texting.
Whoa! It's titties. It's titties.
Oh, hello, titties.
Wait, is that the real person sending it to you? Yeah. Neal, in real time, got a picture of titties. That's pretty good. This is from a text the other day.
This is my weekend.
We're all showing each other naked pictures.
That's what guys in the 50s, like it's like the military guys at war showing like, hey, that's my wife. And we're all like, look at this fucking filth this girl just sent me.
Man, I wish that we were a battalion in the war in the 40s or 50s. Craig, you wouldn't have been allowed because black guys weren't allowed to fight in World War II.
If it was a what's the name? Quentin Tarantino movie, we could do it.
Not an integrated. It was segregated.
Well, you know what one of the problems with black military guys in the war was?
Please tell me.
It's an old Truly Tasteless Joke. Remember that book?
Yeah, I do remember that book.
It's
Truly Tasteless
Jokes.
Did you read that when you were a kid, too?
Of course.
They're like, they made like 17 of them.
Yeah, they made so many of them. Because before the internet,
I got my truly tasteless joke taken away when I was a kid.
Yeah, they were controversial, man.
My mom let me do anything. I had Two Live Crew. I had Guns N' Roses. I had Andrew Dice Clay's
weren't they deaf, though?
album. Yeah, they were deaf, to be fair. They couldn't hear anything.
Moshe's parents are deaf.
Yeah, they're super deaf.
Of course they did, then.
Yeah.
Let you listen to that.
I listened to
What about
I would listen to Too Short with my mom in the car. Like we would be listening.
Would you really?
Yeah, my mom just.
You can't say we were listening to it.
Well, me and my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, would be listening to like Too Short, like she licked my dick up and down like it was corn on the cob, and my mom would be happily driving along.
And
boys,
she wouldn't.
You guys
say
got the windows
disgusting?
down, cranking
she
it.
Couldn't hear it. Oh fuck, she's deaf.
That's crazy. She really is deaf.
Did everyone around you know?
You didn't know that?
No, I did. I just in that story. Yeah. All moms can hear. To me.
Which is the new Pixar film.
I live in a world where mothers can hear.
No, it's a new Pixar film. All moms can hear. You got any movie or TV stuff happening?
I have two movies. One is called We the Peoples, Peeples. It's with it's a comedy with
it's about Nia Peoples,
Kerry Washington, and David Allen Greer, who's one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever.
David Allen Greer is funny.
He's
good. We'll have him on the show.
Okay, cool.
You will be laughing. And then one is called Rapture Palooza. It's set 2 years into the rapture, and the Antichrist is taking over, and I'm playing the Antichrist.
Is it? What's the Palooza part?
It's just Rapture Palooza.
You know that I once did a comedy festival called Laffa Palooza
in Atlanta. It's a black comedy.
I did that the first year.
You did. It was one of the worst experiences of my comedy career. I mean, it was truly terrible.
Do tell.
Have I never told this story before?
No.
I had fun there.
I mean, you probably did a better show than I did. You weren't one of the new faces, I will take it?
No.
No, I was in their attempt at new faces. It was the first thing. I've told this story before on other podcasts. It was the first big thing that had ever happened to me in my comedy career. I think I was like 2 years in, and I got this call from this dude at Moshe Kasher, this John Johnson calling from Atlanta. What's up? 1, 2, Fruit Loop. No, he didn't say that. Fruit Loop. That would be weird if he come at me like that. But he was just like, "You got it." And I was leaping up and down. I just was so happy. I had to fly myself out, of course, on my own dime, no pay, of course. But I was doing it. It was going to be great.
Get your name out there.
Get my name out there. I get there. They haven't promoted the shows at all. There are no audience members. None. No audience members. Now, I'm one of two white people that are in this New Faces. The other guy is a guy called Weed Man. Weed Man. He's like a 40-year-old like guy that, you know, like balding white dude, like just horrible. He had like a $100 bill that he would put his face through and become Benjamin Franklin. Be like, I'm Weed Man. So and then,
no offense, but I want to see him.
I do too. So then me. It's Weed Man and me, and failing every night. I'm failing miserably.
How do you
Luckily,
know?
Nobody was laughing.
There was no one there.
Well, okay. Well,
except for your parents.
Here's how I know. You know who was there? Executives from Comedy Central. So luckily I got to fail in front of people that would form a opinion about me for years to come.
Yeah.
So Weed Man is crushing you at this point.
Well, we'll get there.
Weed Man got us standing out.
So
every
then
night.
at night I'm going to these big tapings, the real tapings where, you know, it's like Cedric the Entertainer and Jamie Foxx and Morris Day and The Time are all dancing together in front of screaming throngs of people in this hot show, and then I'm going back to the...
And Weed Man, they're like, where's Weed Man?
Where is Weed Man?
Weed Man in the house? Weed Man, get up here, baby. Yo, Morris Day, you know Weed Man. Weed Man comes out.
With a $100 bill.
With a $100
word up. Say, what's the word? Weed Man.
Hollywood swinging.
So then finally at the end of the weekend there is a best of the New Faces, best of, and John, this guy, comes and he assures me that I'm going to be in the best of New Faces. He's like, sorry about some of the show attendances, but it was at the Punchline, and it was like going to be a real show. So it was after the main show. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We got there like 12 midnight, and the show was hot. Like, it was all the best people, and people were laughing, and it was great. And I go up to the booker, I'm like, hey, I'm Moshe Kasher, I'm supposed to be on the show. She's like, I don't have you on my list. And like, I'm like about to...
You're not Weed Man, are you?
Are you Weed Man? And I'm like, I'm not a guy that does this. Even now that I've had some actual success, I'm still not a guy that's like, I said to her, I need to get on this show. You need to put me on this show. I've been fucking performing for nobody. This is ridiculous. Put me on the show. And she's like, all right, well, I'll see what I can do. They put me on last. The show goes, 2 o'clock in the morning. The show is still going. Weed Man gets up. Destruction. They're like, Weed Man!
Fucking Weed Man.
Crushing it. Another hour.
How can you not? Have you seen his Ben Franklin bit?
I finally go on. I'm on last because I wasn't on the list. It's 2:33. I think it's 2:30 or 3 in the morning. I get up. I get on stage. I say, like, everybody's like so tired. I go, are you guys tired? As an entire audience, they all chant, yes, we are tired. They want to go home. I do my first joke. 0. 5 minutes, sweating, just the worst bombing, and not even good black bombing where they're screaming things at you. Just like they're just weary.
They just don't want to be there.
No, fucking, this is awful. The light comes on. I just like whimper off stage, dude. I get on the plane. This is how bad it was. I had a VHS tape, a VHS tape. That's how long ago it was. Demo to give to the booker at the Punchline. I didn't bother because I was like, it's not worth the cost of a VHS tape to waste on this girl. I just left. I got in I'm like sick at this point, like with horrible shame. I get on the plane going home. I like want to weep. I get home and I get home.
Weed Man's fucking your wife.
I get home and I get home. It's back to Oakland, and I'm gonna quit comedy. I'm going to quit comedy. I'm going to get out of this. This is fucking ridiculous. Why do I put myself through this shit? It's Halloween. It's Sunday of Halloween, and the rule at the Punchline in San Francisco, not the Punchline in Atlanta, that's a little confusing, is that you have to go in costume if you want to get on stage. And I'm looking across the room at this like latex suit that I have, this like spaceman, like stretchy material, ridiculous luge suit, and like it's all of my career dignity, like, am I going to get back on the horse and put that latex suit on, step back up to the game and do what I got to do? I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at the suit, and I'm like, fuck it. I got to do it.
Hello.
I put the fucking suit on. I put an plush astronaut helmet on. I get in my car. I drive to the San Francisco Punchline, get on stage. I murder that night.
Okay, party people in the house.
I murder it. Probably the best set, maybe the best set I've ever had ever.
It.
And I basically...
You killed it.
I killed it, and it was a watershed for me. It was like my career took a right turn.
That's when you became known as Latex Suit Kasher.
That's right.
For 3 years.
But anyway, that was my Laugh-A-Palooza story. That was a pretty harsh one.
Good story. What was yours? Showed up, killed, dancing with Cedric.
I did. Chris Tucker had a room out there, in Atlanta, and it was part of the festival. And I was, very young in the game, and all I would do was like my act was set. It's like sit down at the keyboard, don't say anything, and I mean don't say anything to start. Like don't come out greeting everybody, just come out, sit down, and go into my shit. But I remember one night I was going up, and the mic didn't work, and I was so fucking nervous that I'm like switching mics and shit, doing all this instead of really just like in hindsight, I probably could have. No, I couldn't because it was like the sit down mic. I don't know. Anyway, it was like an extra 2.5 minutes of just fucking fumbling with before you even say hello to
That's
the crowd.
That's exactly what you want at Chris Tucker's room in Atlanta.
Of course,
it's fumbling.
Y'all ready for this?
But overall, it was a good experience. I like those festivals, especially now because. You know so many people,
right?
And then you can like just kick it with everybody. It's when you start out, it's just like
so nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
I wish that they had the comics at one place and everybody else somewhere else.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I was thinking the first time I went to Montreal as a new face, which was a much better experience, thank God. I was thinking because all the industry in the world that's there comes to that bar in the Hyatt, and they're all just standing there schmoozing, and I just thought I could ruin my entire comedy career right now by just getting on this bar, standing up, and just like, who knows, shitting, pissing on like 15 agents or something like that. Like just like
that's like that thought of like just pushing somebody off of a train track or something.
Yeah, exactly.
If I
just ruin everything.
I assume,
but that would probably help your career more than hurt.
You think they'd be like, what?
Do you know shit Moshe Kasher? The bar shitter?
He used
That's
to be
his
known
big
as the
closer.
latex suit guy.
Martian Kasher.
But
wait, where'd you get an astronaut helmet from?
I had it in my repertoire.
Gotcha.
Neal, you got anything you want to plug?
Nah, man. Just
no.
I hope
Same
people
thing.
listen to the podcast.
Go to nealbrennan.com, right?
No. Yeah, but there's nothing. It's
or at Neal Brennan on
at
Twitter.
Neal Brennan on Twitter.
All
my
those
dates.
shows there.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Craig Robinson.
Mr. Craig Robinson.
Mr. Craig
At
Robinson.
Mr. Craig Robinson.
MRCREIGRBINSON. No period.
Mr. Craig Robinson. I'm at Moshe Kasher. MOSHEKASHER. One of the best cats in the Twitter game right now. Killing it.
Killing it.
Yeah, on July 20th, I'm going to be at the...
Okay, that's a good show, actually. You done that show, Craig? You ever
Absolutely, yeah.
You ever done the?
They give you free wings.
That's after you eat the wings.
and then at the on the 30th, I'm going to be at the.
Hey, who books that? Do you know?
Yeah, it's that guy Steven.
If you want to email us, you can. Our address is at.com. No, if you want to email us for real,
can we crank call somebody right now? Just do that.
You know it's illegal to do prank calls from California. Email thechamps@gmail.com. That's what it's called. Email thechamps@gmail.com. If you have any questions, if you want to comments, don't be mean though. We talked about it. Don't be fucking mean. Don't not funny. Any of that. Fucking don't send the email.
No,
what about that? Go develop.
Calm down. No one's even.
Why are you saying this thing about us? They haven't said anything.
No one said anything.
You're right.
Just be blessed that somebody even listens.
Honestly,
gets to this far in the podcast.
I'm too blessed.
Someone's going to listen this far into the podcast, and then they're going to write a hate email.
They would, though.
Maybe they will.
I'm too blessed to be stressed right now. The truth is,
too blessed to be stressed.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah.
So have a blessed day. Do you got something to take? Craig, thank you very much for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks for having me.
You are good people.
Good peoples. You're going to continue to be good people.
What's your website?
It's just a Twitter or Facebook.
At Mr. Craig Robinson. Check him out on Facebook. Come see him live in his music. Facebook. Okay, and take us out, Doug.
DJ Douggpound, giving all the men in the room rock hard boners.